think I knocked that down. There we go. It is Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of, you've guessed it, the Success Starter series. Y'all know we go live each and every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about different topics that are all around the ultimate topic of helping you to set your week up for success. Because in doing the work to set your week up for success, you're also doing the work to set your life up for success, because success comes from the things that you do, the work that you're doing. And if you're not actually doing the work, you're not going to make progress in order to get to the place that you're looking to go, to become the person that you're looking to become, as we journey through this thing called life. And as your productivity and accountability coach, I'm all about empowering you to find that hidden time in your day. Time that you can use to pour back into yourself as you pursue your goals, your purpose, and your life passions, while still maintaining your current responsibilities, and most importantly, while still taking care of you. Because if we don't do the work to take care of self, to pour into self, to go through the process and make progress, in going through this thing called life, you're not going to become the person that you're looking to become as you do the work that's required to do so. And so as we've been going through this month, we've been talking about, planning and preparing, reflecting, and all those things in order to show up, to do, and to become. And so I want to dive in today, and we want to continue in that vein, continue in that theme, continue in that conversation, because December is all about, preparing. And so today we're going to talk about clearing the clutter. We want to talk about how you can declutter your life to make room and make big moves in 2025. And we're going to look at 3 different areas that you might want to declutter in order to do so. So let's dive in. Let's talk. Let's get into this thing. When you think about clutter, you might not realize, you might not think about the fact that clutter is something that's taking up space. And so whether it's the physical clutter, and we're going to look at that, the mental clutter, or even that digital clutter, you need to let go of it, because they each serve a purpose, but they each causes an issue when it comes to life, growth, and making change. And so when you look at it, when you think about these different areas, you can apply the Lee method. You know what that is. Look, examine, and execute. So we're going to work through the L in each of these areas. But as you go through that, you can also, as you dive in and take a look at each of those different areas, you can examine and create a game plan to execute. And so when you think about what is serving me, what isn't serving me, you have to decide that I don't want this for my life. You know how you have spring cleaning, and then you also have that end of the year cleaning? That's essentially what we're working through. We're in this end of the year cleaning because I don't know about y'all, but my parents, grandparents, all the things, we don't go into the new year with a dirty house. So, all the clothes got to be clean, floors, all the things. You don't walk in, all the different things. And in growing up that way, I also kind of reset that and put that into a place when it comes to spring. I kind of like a spring cleaning type thing. But because it's the end of the year and I'm thinking about all the things that I need to do to start preparing for 2025, because again, if you wait until January to start planning for 2025, you're already behind, and you're going to be stressed out of one because you're behind the 8 ball and you're starting out late. But I digress. That's what we're here to fix. And so when I start thinking about all the things that I need to do to get ready for 2025, I'm thinking about what needs to be done in these different areas. And so let's talk about how clutter isn't just the stuff that you see. Yes, we're going to talk about that physical clutter. But then you also got that mental clutter, those thoughts that are in your head. And then you also got that digital clutter, the things that's in the phones, the computers, the interwebs that you don't necessarily see. But if you anything like my friend, you got to open your phone and take a picture, and it's telling you how your memory is full and you delete the things. So that digital detoxing and declutter that you need to do. And so when you think about clutter, it's not just about the things that are like on your desk, in your closet, in your space. It's about the thoughts. It's about those unfinished projects. It's about all those things that you want to do and you need to do, but you haven't done, and that your failure to do or your failure to take action is holding you back and keeping you from the next level. It's keeping you from where it is that you're looking to go. And so we want to make sure that we spend time decluttering and clearing that clutter, because we got places to go, people to see, and things to do in 2025. And in order to go and be those things, we can't have clutter stopping us. And so let's talk first about your physical space. When we talk about your physical space, we're talking about those things that you see. So whether that be, again, your desk, it might be your car, it might mean your closet, it might mean, those spaces under the sink in the bathroom, in the kitchen, the shelving, the garage as a whole. Anything that you see is your physical space. And so when you think about your physical space, again, you can make a list of every area that you need to physically clean. And when we start talking about physical space, you might need to, do your windowsills, vacuum the floor, dust your fans, all those things as well. But if you think about, like, what areas do I need to clear and clutter? And I had started a list. Like, I'm making my own list of that as well, because I know there's some cleaning that I want to do, but before I can clean, there's some decluttering that I need to do. And then after that, I can start planning. And so when you think about your physical space, make a list of what physical areas it is that you need to clean. Your desk, your office, your workspace. And in order to do that, you need to create a plan, because you can't just be trying to clean all these areas at the same time. It's just not going to work. Because number one, you only one person. And unless you're outsourcing or you're having help with this, you can't do it all at the same time. And even if you are outsourcing or hiring help, or you and a friend are going to tackle it together, you still need to know what needs to be done so that you can delegate that. So you need to make a list of what physical spaces need work within your home, within your life, as you come into the new year. And for some of you, you might be listening to this and be like, I need to clean my office at work. You might have papers everywhere that you've been meaning to get to that you haven't. So think about what physical spaces need work. Think about what physical spaces, just when you think about them, you're like, good God Almighty. Those are the places that you want to write down. Those are the places that you want to start with. And so, again, we're going to just work through the L of each of these phases, like looking at and deciding what those areas are. But then the same thing when it comes to the E's in the Lee method, examination and execution, we're going to kind of group those together and go through it. But I just want to hit the main areas that you want to look at and think about decluttering, and then we'll go through the other part of the Lee method as a whole with them, because that process is going to kind of look the same now that you have the list that you're looking from and the list that you're working from. And so when you think about the physical spaces, okay, we've got those lists. And so before we go to the mental spaces, I want to go to the digital spaces, because the mental spaces might take a little bit more work. Now let's think about the digital spaces. The same way you made a list of those physical spaces that you see that you need to declutter, what digital spaces do you need to declutter? I'm gonna just say your email, because Black Friday has happened. All the Christmas emails, promos, and sales are coming out. Your email needs to be decluttered. Because even if you're like me and you do a good job of unsubscribing throughout the year of things, and so therefore you don't typically get that many emails on a daily basis, now that you done bought all these Christmas gifts and order all this stuff online, you now back on their list and they sending you 17,000 emails. Declutter your email. Declutter those screenshots that you've been screenshotting for whatever reason. Delete those. Declutter those. Because I'm sure if you screenshot them, you probably already done sent them to your friends, so you don't need them screenshots no more. Declutter them. Your photos, I know the screenshots go into the photos, but let's just, all them pictures of random things you done took pictures of that you just needed to remind yourself of, declutter them. And let me see what else we got. We got your email. We got your screenshots. We got your photos. We got, what else we got? What else do you need to digitally declutter? Are you signed up for all these courses that you know that you're not going to do? Don't look at me. This isn't about me. I'm trying to help you out right now. I have a specific folder on my computer. Well, not even on my computer. I have a, when I save something to my favorites, I have a folder called personal development. So I try to put all the trainings for the login portals and stuff. It's just all in there. But I also have a list of personal development that I'm planning on going through for next year. So there's that. But think about what digital spaces do you need to declutter. Your emails. Go through, delete the emails you don't need. Unsubscribe for the things you don't need. Your photos. Go through your screenshot, the photos. How many times have your nieces, nephews, godson, your own children had your phone and took 17,000 pictures of themselves? And they're probably not even of themselves. It's probably some blur over there that you can just delete. Go through them. And with the digital decluttering, just say you decide that, oh, these screenshots, I do actually need them. Here's the thing. If you don't take the time to put them in a folder, you're not going to find them. So if I open up my phone and I look at my photos, I have categories. I have folders in my pictures of different things. So like, okay, are these content? Was this recorded to be content? Because sometimes I might have, I got a gopher tortoise that lives in my backyard. His name is Goofy. I hadn't seen Goofy in a while. I went to go do something, and I saw Goofy walking through the backyard. I recorded a video of Goofy. I was talking in the video, but y'all can't see me. Y'all can only see Goofy. But that can also be content. I can use that video of my gopher tortoise walking through my backyard over some reel with some clips. So it went into my content folder. The content that I recorded yesterday for my content for this week is in my content folder. I have photos, videos, different things that I've taken. I have things that I've downloaded and saved, but it's supposed to be like either a training resource that I need to go back and do, or things like that. Speaking of things that also to declutter, go through your saved folders on Facebook, on Instagram. I don't know if TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, your watch later folders, all those things. The digital detox that we're doing, that's all a part of it. So what areas, make a list of what things do you need to digitally declutter and go through them. And speaking of, look, let me write this down before I forget to make my list, because those things weren't on my list of things that I needed to declutter. I had lists of some things, but I didn't have some of my digital list. So I just wrote that down for myself to declutter those things so that I don't forget. Google Photos. All right, so if we know the physical space that we're decluttering and the digital space that we're decluttering, now let's talk about that mental space. And I said I was going to say this for last week. I'm going to need y'all to gather around, to have a seat, to sit. Let's really get into it. What do I tell y'all? The things that you think about are the things that you believe and the things that you're going to manifest and create in your life. So if you change your perspective, if you change your mindset, you can change your life. And so that's where decluttering mentally comes into place. You need to let go of the limiting belief. You need to let go of the guilt. You need to let go of the things that aren't serving you in life. Because if you take the time to let go of those things, they won't weigh you down. All those things that you set out to do that you didn't do, let go of them. And I'm not saying let go of them in terms of don't do the project. Some of it you might need to. But if it's something that you're like, okay, this just got to put down for a season, I'm ready to come back to it, come back to it. So think about what limiting beliefs do you have, what fears, what feelings of guilt, what things are you allowing to weigh you down? What are your thoughts? You know, this month has been all about reflecting as we look back to look forward, to plan for the upcoming year, to celebrate our wins, to look at our goals, to figure out what went good, what didn't go as good, what changes can we make as we go through and come into what's to come in the future. What can we do? Like what does that look like for us? And so when you start thinking about the digital space, that you need to work on decluttering and letting go of, what does that mean for you? What does that look like for you? How can you go about making changes in those areas? And I know that when you initially potentially think about these thoughts, when you think about the idea of making changes in life in these areas, what does that mean to you and what does that look like to you? And so when I want you to start thinking about making changes specifically when it comes to your mindset. I want you to start thinking about what books can you read, what courses can you enroll in, what affirmations or prayers or journaling prompts or different things like that can you create and can you do that will allow you to make progress, that will allow you to shift your thinking. And I get it. You might be thinking, I don't know what things I need to listen to or read to change my thought process. But what you do know is, what thoughts do you have that aren't serving you? What beliefs do you have that aren't serving you? Because if you look at those things, then we can reverse engineer and create or come up with a list of ideas of classes, courses, trainings, any and everything like that that you could come up with to better serve you. So what does that look like for you? What things do you want to work on as you go into the next year? That's where you start thinking about what digital things can you do that will help you to show up and be the best version of yourself when it comes to that. When you think about decluttering, when you think about clearing the clutter, when you think about 2025, what's to come, where you're looking to go, and all the things, what does that mean to you? What does that mean for you? How are you going to go about creating and shaping yourself in such a way that this is the life that you're creating for yourself, that you're embodying for yourself, that you're going to have for yourself? So I need you to start looking at and thinking about it in that way. What physical things do I need to let go of, clear the clutter of, all the things? What digital spaces do I need to let go of and clear the clutter and all the things? What mental thoughts, patterns, beliefs do I need to let go of and clear the clutter? You have to look at yourself, your life, your thoughts, your beliefs, your thought patterns, and discover and decide, what do I need to let go of that is or that is not serving me? It's time now to clear the clutter. It's time to declutter your life so you can make massive moves in 2025. It starts with the now. It starts with the work that you're doing now. Because as you listen to all of these things, you might be thinking this stuff takes time. And it does, which is exactly why me saying you waiting until January 1st to start preparing for 2025 is too late. All these things take time because if you, like most of us, we're still working, which means you only have a couple hours, after work before you go to bed, the weekends, potentially anytime you might be taking off, but you don't want to take off time only to be cleaning up. You want to enjoy family, time off, rest, rejuvenate, relax. So these things take time. Yes, some of them are things that you can do in the course of time and things like that, but you have to put forth the effort, take the time, and do the work to create the life that you're looking to have and to create and become the person that you're looking to create and to become. It starts with now. And so as we went through the L method, we looked at these different areas that you could go through and declutter. And now when we look at that examination phase, that's again breaking down more definitively what within those areas need to be done. And then from there, again, when are you going to do the work? How are you going to get this work done? That's where that execution phase comes into play. If you're looking for help, if you're looking for support, if you're looking for accountability as you go through the process of deciding, declaring, and creating a game plan to create your, let's call it your declutter list. As you go through this rest of this month and you go through the rest of this year, I'm actually going to do a post later on this week that's kind of about helping you to create your declutter your life checklist. And so while we know the physical, the digital, and the mental spaces that we need to work on decluttering, I hope to help equip you with practical and actionable tips and tools, aside from what we physically talked about here, um, that you can utilize as you go forward, as you decide and implement this thing. But if you're looking for help, if you're looking for support, if you're looking for accountability to walk through this process so that you don't have to do it alone, you can just comment the word ready or send me a message with the word ready, and let's look at what working together in one-on-one coaching. One-on-one coaching is 6 weeks. We got less than 6 weeks of this year. So not only can you finish this year out with support and accountability, but you will go into 2025 with that support and accountability to help you to have that foundation to end the year strong and start the year stronger, and to really have a game plan for what this looks like in your life so that you can start 2025 off right. But it starts with you doing the work and taking the action. As your productivity and accountability coach, I can talk till I'm blue in the face, and we can see that I'm a little dark skinned, so it's going to be a lot of work for that. But at the end of the day, you have to do the work. But that doesn't mean you have to do the work alone. But you have to be willing to ask for help and ask for support and ask for accountability. So I want to know, what is the area for you that you think is the hardest to declutter? Is it the physical, the digital, or is it your mind? Drop it below and let me know, but also comment ready or reach out to me if you're looking for support or accountability to walk through this process. We can hop on a personalized productivity audit, a free 20-minute call, and we can walk through and talk about what it will look like for us to work together and what is your biggest essential declutter product that you're looking to work on as we end out this year. But again, take time to think about what physical, digital, or mental spaces you need to declutter. What hasn't served you this year, and what do you want better for as you go into 2025? Make your list, create your game plan, and start executing. And join me back here again next week. Should be same time, should be same place. I'm going out of town this weekend, so I got to figure that out. But it's been Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of, you've guessed it, Success Starter Series. We were talking all about clearing the clutter, decluttering your space so that you can make room for 2025. Let me know how it is I can support you, how it is that I can help you. But until next time, guys, Coach Lee is